However good may be the outfit for your work that you take with you, you will have at first great difficulty in realizing that it is possible for the people you are among really to believe things in the way they do. And you cannot associate with them long before you must recognize that these Africans have often a remarkable mental acuteness and a large share of common sense, that there is nothing really childlike in their form of mind at all. Observe them further, and you will find that they are not a flighty minded, mystical set of people in the least. They are not dreamers or poets, and you will observe, and I hope observe closely, for to my mind this is the most important difference between their make of mind and our own, that they are notably deficient in all mechanical arts. They have never made, unless under white direction and instruction, a single 14th rate piece of cloth, pottery, a tool or machine, house, road, bridge, picture, or statue, that a written language of their own construction they none of them possess. A careful study of things a man, black or white, fails to do, whether for good or evil, usually gives you a truer knowledge of the man than the thing he succeeds in doing. When you fully realize this acuteness on one hand, and this mechanical incapacity on the other, which exist in the people you are studying, you can go ahead. Only, I beseech you, go ahead carefully. When you have found the easy key that opens the reason underlying a series of facts, as, for example, these: a benga spits on your hand as a greeting. You see a man who has been marching regardless through the broiling sun all forenoon with a heavy load, on entering a village, having put down his load, elaborately steal round in the shelter of the houses instead of crossing the street. You come across a tribe that cuts its dead up into small pieces and scatters them broadcast. And another tribe that thinks a white man's eyeballs is a most desirable thing to be possessed of. Do not, when you have found this key, drop your collecting work and go home with the shriek of, "I know all about Ftsh," because you don't. For the key to the above facts will not open the reason why it is regarded advisable to kill a person who is making ikun, or why you should avoid at night a cotton tree that has red earth at its roots, or why combings of hair and parings of nails should be taken care of, or why a speck of blood that may fall from your flesh should be cut out of wood, if it has fallen on that and destroyed, and if it has fallen on the ground stamped and rubbed into the soil with great care. This set requires another key entirely. I must warn you also that your own mind requires protection when you send it stalking the savage ideas through the tangled forests, the dark caves, the swamps, and the fogs of the Ethiopian intellect. The best protection lies in recognizing the untrustworthiness of human evidence regarding the unseen and also the seen, when it is viewed by a person who has in his mind an explanation of the phenomenon before it occurs. The truth is, the study of natural phenomena knocks the bottom out of any man's conceit if it is done honestly, and not by selecting only those facts that fit in with his preconceived or engrafted notions. And, to my mind, the wisest way is to get into the state of mind of an old marine engineer who oils and sees that every screw and bolt of his engines is clean and well watched, and who loves them as living things, caressing and scolding them himself, defending them with stormy language against the aspersions of the silly, uninformed outside world, which persists in regarding them as mere machines, a thing his superior intelligence and experience knows they are not. Even animistic-minded, I got awfully sat upon the other day in Cameroon by a superior but kindred spirit, in the form of a first engineer. I had thoughtlessly repeated some scandalous gossip about the character of a naphtha launch in the river. "Stuff!" he said furiously. "She's all right. She'll go from June to January if those blithering fools would let her alone." Of course, I apologized. The religious ideas of the Negroes, i.e. the West Africans in the district from the Gambia to the Cameroon region, say roughly to the Rio del Rey, for the Bakwiri appear to have more of the Bantu form of idea than the Negro, although physically they seem nearer the latter, differ very considerably from the religious ideas of the Bantu Southwest Coast tribes. The Bantu is vague on religious subjects. He gives one accustomed to the Negro the impression that he once had the same set of ideas, but has forgotten half of them, and those that he possesses have not got that hold on him that the corresponding or superimposed Christian ideas have over the true Negro. Although he is quite as keen on the subject of witchcraft, and his witchcraft differs far less from the witchcraft of the Negro than his religious ideas do.